Morning. Just wanted to make a video today because I was in a live the other day and where some people were asking about how to start coloring, doing adult coloring, becoming a colorist, um, whatever you want to call it. And so I just thought I'd make a short video on like my suggestions, like how I started coloring. Basically, is what I'm gonna show you. Um, so in the background, what's playing is some music that I started working on. Um, I knew that was gonna happen when I made my first video and I included music in it of my own. I knew that was going to get me started on that, which is a whole nother effort that requires another set of skills. And like, I thought I didn't want to do this because I'll be juggling all of that stuff at the same time with my real job and this and coloring and blah, blah, blah. But oh well, I opened Pandora's box. And so yeah, I'm working on music at the same time that I'm coloring and working and cleaning my house and all that other kind of stuff. Anyway, coloring is what I do to relax. So, and I also mentioned before that I do it because um, I do oil painting just for myself, not on commission or anything like that. I'm not that great at it. I'm not a professional or anything. Um, but when I can't oil paint, which I haven't been able to for a few years, um, I still need a way to like get out color. Um, so that's one reason that I color. People color for a number of different reasons, and those are just mine. Um, so anyway, um, how I started. Um, First of all, let me just talk about what you need to begin. And like, I got this piece of paper. Yeah, I'm like real, just getting real basic here. I don't know what's on the other side of this, but whatever. Um, so beginning coloring, what I did, I already had a set of Color It um, gel pens that I'd had for years. I don't even know why I had initially bought them, but I had them. And I'll just show you them. That's the Color It kit. It was just like a little kit. And, um, this was something I already had in my house. And I don't even know why I had originally bought them. Probably for some short little project I had or something. I also had um, a set of, I believe, 24 Crayola um, colored pencils that I had around the house too. And I don't even know why I had those. Probably for some simple thing I needed to do once, and I just never, opened them up again. So those were two things that I already had. Um, and the Color It pens, the gel pens, I wound up not really using because I had them so long that they were mostly dried up. I have heard and have actually used the method that they say you can reconstitute them, but I'm not going to talk about that here today. Um, so basically, what I actually began using were my Crayola colored pencils. Um, and I still love Crayola colored pencils, and I still buy them actually um, because um, they have a specific hardness to them that I like when I'm working on certain pictures or certain types of paper um, that are in certain coloring books. So, um, and that's something that comes as if you continue doing this coloring is that you'll find that there's certain pencils that work better on certain things than others. Um, and that's something that you develop. Um, and that's similar to, you'll find out the same thing with pencil sharpeners, two of which I have on the side here, two of my favorites. Um, as well as maybe even erasers. I happen to have one over here that I don't think I use it for colored pencils, but it's here anyway. Um, as well as coloring books. That's something where you start developing your favorites and you start learning what you like and what you don't like. Um, and so, my suggestion, if you can, to save money, is um, to look for freebies in coloring pages, as I know as a view has mentioned on her channel, and also to don't go buying like every book in the universe, um, because that'll break the bank for you. And like, who needs to break the bank? Everybody wants to save money, needs to save money. So, um, and a collection of uncolored coloring books is like good for what? I don't know. It's good for starting a fire in your fireplace or a bonfire outside or something like eventually if you don't get to them all. Um, so, but what I did when I started, another way to just figure out what kind of coloring, that you like is looking at videos of other colorists and looking at the pages that they're coloring and thinking about, well, is that of an image that I would like to color? Is that the style I would like to color because of the line, because of the number of objects in there? And all that kind of stuff. Um, so you can look at other people coloring and think about what they're coloring and say, is that something I think I can do or want to try? Is that too much for me or is that just enough? Or, is that something I want to do later but not right now? Um, so that's something to think about. Okay. Um, so types of coloring books. Um, So let me show you. This is actually when I was thinking, going through what I had, and I was trying to think, where did I start? And I think these were actually the coloring book. This is actually one of the coloring books I started with. It was this studio series by Peter Popper Press, and I had purchased a few books from them, and they were what I started in. Um, they have one of Paisley's that I absolutely love. And I actually do like these books so much that I bought them again to do now that I've been coloring more and have a better sense of how I want to go about it, developing my own style, so to speak, of how to color. So this is Studio Series by Popper Press, Kaleidoscope Designs, Artist Coloring Book, illustrated by Martha Day Jacques. It says 31 stress relieving designs. I'm not sure how stress relieving they were for me. I guess maybe in a way they were if you really are one of those people who can concentrate on spot by spot. But after a while, I was like, oh my God, trying to make all these match, trying to do whatever. So sometimes it was relaxing for me and sometimes it wasn't. But I always liked the design. Um, and even as you look at this, I didn't even finish this. I probably should go in at some point and finish this up. But yeah, after a while, I just got worn out trying to make it match. And I was like, oh my God, I'm getting more frustrated than I am stress relieved. But it was stress relieving at one point. Um, so this is one of the pages that I finished. I haven't finished all the pages in this book. And now that I think about it, I may go in here and do that. Um, Here's a page that I think I actually tried out some markers that I got from somewhere to see if I liked working with markers. And you can tell from this page being unfinished that I didn't. So this is another page I'm going to need to finish. But I was experimenting because I saw other people using different mediums, pencil versus gel pens versus um, markers or whatever. And so I was kind of experimenting with inexpensive types of those things. I think I had gotten some markers from Ollie's or something like that, and that's what I did this with. I do like the colors and everything, but like the application of it, I wasn't enjoying it. And to me, that defeats the purpose of coloring. If you're not going to enjoy it, why bother doing it? Um, Here's another one that I did. I don't know if this was because I saw a video of someone where they did some kind of technique or whatever. But I was trying to play with the what would bring out the color or give maybe more of a stained glass look to this page, which is supposed to be like stained glass. Um, so that's what I did colors, but then I did over the whole thing in like this blue, and then I was going to color in each spot, which I still may do. Um, but yeah, I was experimenting with that. But I was drawn to this book because I do like some of the, I don't know, I like some of the spaces in there. I like some of the lines, but I was feeling kind of overwhelmed by the number of lines. So that was something I was finding as I started coloring in this. I absolutely love this page. I love these little strawberry things. Um, I haven't finished this page either because I was like, oh my god, I got to do more of those everywhere. But I will finish this page because I really love the design. So that was why I was drawn to the design of this book and the books in this series. The Paisley book, I think I really did a lot in the Paisley book because I love Paisleys, period. Um, there's another page that's unfinished. So anyway, oh, here's one. Oh, I love this one. And the thing is, I forgot the colors I used, so it's like, oh my god, how am I going to finish this and make it look all alike? So this is some of the difficulties when you start out, and even when you continue coloring, is like staying consistent with a page and whatever, remembering what pencils you used, what colors you used, and all that kind of stuff. So the less materials you have, the better. In some cases, because then you don't have to figure out which set of pencils was I using, and so on and so on. But I think here I just had Crayolas, and I may have, um, from what I'm seeing here, I might have just recently purchased my next set of pencils. My first, like, I don't know, kind of like, I'm going to do this thing kind of set, um, which were called Xena Colors. Zenacolor. And I think it's a French company, but I got them on Amazon.com. They had a 120 set of pencils, and they are still among some of my favorites because they have a nice blend between being hard and soft. So they were like a good complement to the Crayolas, which are basically hard. Um, so yeah, I think that might be what I have in here. Um, the nice thing about Xenacolor pencils too, colored pencils, I don't know if they still do, but I get free coloring pages from them. Um, and so they send me one every month and I download it, um, and save them. So yeah, there were some things that really spoke to me in this book, some of the images. And I still like them. I just need the patience and the time and the fortitude to like continue with them. That was as far as I got in this book. So this was among my first books, and like this might have been the first or second book that I colored in actually. So that's pretty legit. So um, another set of books that I think are really nice to start with, and I would say probably this before those Peter Popper Press books, are the Simple 1, 2, 3 books. They have nice paper, and they have nice selection of designs. They have abstracts, and they have some lifelike or whatever kind of images. So this one, probably among one of the second types of sets of books that I purchased. Um, these are some of the images in this one. So they're not too busy. There's not too much going on, although I got kind of busy with that flower. But the designs are relatively simple. Like this one, I was drawn to this because of the broad lines on it, and it's like, oh, that's simple, that's easy, I can do that quick. And I happen to do markers, a combination of markers and pencils on this one. So this one's a little more intricate, so I haven't colored it yet because it's like, oh, not the tiny lines. Not a fan of tiny lines. Um, and we have this one, the cat in the window. Again, more broader lines. See if you can see the difference. Even just from looking at these pages, you can say like, oh, I would like to color this one. Oh, I wouldn't like to color this one. You measure the level of frustration you feel when you look at the initial paper and say, do I like this or not like um, flowers? I love coloring flowers. At least I did then. Maybe not so much now. This one, viewers of you might remember because I did it on. Um, I was working on this on one of the lives. I think it was a Views of You and Polo, and I was working on this then. I don't know why, but I'm not a big fan of animals in coloring pages. It's just not my thing. And that's something you find out as you start coloring. Again, subject matter, what you like, what you don't like. Again, this page I really liked. There's something about rooms with me that I really get into. So, this outdoor thing I really liked a lot. I liked coloring it. And I liked the lines on it. Again, the lines here were like broader and the images bigger, more simple, more something than like say this chicken. Where's the chicken? Where's the chicken? Right there. Yeah. So so I have an idea of what it is that I really like, and I was starting to get that idea as I have this book. Um, Again, like I didn't know what to do with this, but because again, it's like animals and like not my thing. I did this one, and I actually had hated it at first, and I redeemed it when I put in these little white lines. I went over it again. That was when I started buying things to like make something happen that I wasn't sure what it was, and I bought a white liner pen, which like I can't find it right now. It's here somewhere, but like kind of like a gel pen that gives a specific solid line or whatever, just to kind of bring out what I thought was really boring about this page otherwise. So that's something else. As you start looking at what you've done and reflect on it, you see things that you like about it and that you don't like about it, and you think about, okay, what would bump this up? And actually, I may have gotten this idea of the white um, lines in here, the white outlining, from watching another YouTuber's video. So that could be very well be where this came from, that idea. And I think it elevated this page um, from what it was initially. Because now I like this, whereas at the first I couldn't stand it. Um, so this is another book. I think there's a lot of pages in here. Uncolored. I have a lot to go back to that I might actually do that this week. Okay, so that's one type of book. Again, this is in the Color and Frame series, um, just like the previous book. Um, it doesn't say Simple 1, 2, 3, but it's still, it's the same company, which is who is the company? What are they called? The New Seasons? I don't know. You see them all over. They have tons of them on Amazon.com. And I wouldn't be surprised, depending on where you live, if you found some of these in the store. But I like the variety that they have in this company has in their types of books. So, like, say, These are probably broader lines that I like, but because it's covering like everything, I might probably get into this page. But some of these I might save for like when somebody else comes over and wants to color. Some kids come over and want to color. I might save this book for them and we can color together. Um, but the designs in here are really nice. I like that. Um, I like how they drew this lemon. That's really, I think it's a lemon. I love the drawings. I'm drawn to this. I love abstract, so this really was like when I saw this page, it was like whoa. Um, Also, I find it kind of inspirational for me because I want to create my own coloring book, and it's probably going to be a coloring book with um, women, probably African American women, a mixture of all kinds of women, white, red, brown, black, whatever. Um, and but I don't know what to do for their backgrounds, the backgrounds of those images. So like things, pages like these kind of also inspire me as far as how to create my own backgrounds for other for drawings that I might make for the coloring book. Yeah, I love this because of the lines, and this is nice to color. Like just starting out, getting an idea of how to color, and if you colored a lot, it's even nice because the lines are broad enough where you can add detail into it if you wanted to, and you don't have to. So yeah, and then these are smaller, so it kind of like if you wanted to kick it up a notch, that gives you a page to do that. Stars, flip to the those water drops. I love these little pages of variety they have like this. They have one page of bugs in one of their books that like I absolutely love that book. That's when I break out the gel pens. When I feel like doing like small detail, intricate things, I break out that book that has the bug page that's like this. Each bug is different. Another one like that, donuts. So this is a really fun book. Do what you love. So you could actually all of these. This is the other nice thing about these books. You can rip out the page. It's perforated, and you can frame it. So you could color this page and then give it to someone or post it on your wall. Um, ooh, I like this page. Yeah. So these books are really good because they have a nice variety of images. So this particular one is large print mindfulness, easy color and frame. So this is easy color and frame, features 31 relaxing coloring pages. This one is simple 123 country gardens color and frame, also 31 coloring pages. All of their books have 31 coloring pages. So this is another simple 123. The theme is by the sea. Tells who the artist is, Anna Davis. Um, just to open up to some samples of this. This little room. It's cute. So it's kind of abstract a little bit because the sun doesn't really look like that, but that's kind of cool how they did that. Bunch of whales. That's cute too. And these really are nice to color and frame because they're kind of abstract and they're kind of, I don't know. You could even see a painting that's like this. And, you know, so they have some level, while they're simple, they have a level of sophistication to them that doesn't make you feel like a little kid coloring something. Now that I'm looking at this book, it's like, dang, I need to color in this book. That looks like wallpaper. All the little whales. So yeah, so this one is By the Sea. It's in the Simple 123 series, which is the same as the Country Gardens book. It's a Simple 123. They're all the color and frame series. I love these because they're spiral as well. That's another reason why I loved these books and bought so many of them early on, is because I really like spiral books. I'm not that fond of the regularly creased books, but yeah. So so let's see. Um, Another thing that I love, I really love abstract um, images. Um, so when I did oil painting, whenever I do oil painting, there's two things I like, which is weird because they're on opposite ends of the spectrum. I like doing still lifes, particularly still lifes of fruit, because they give you a time limit, because you have to get that oil painting done before that fruit spoils and loses its shape. Otherwise, you have to try and do it from memory. So I really love doing still lifes and oil painting, and I also love doing abstract, opposite ends of the spectrum. Kind of weird, but I like coloring abstract too. When I sketch or draw in my sketchbook, it's usually abstract design. So this is one I haven't colored in at all yet, but it's kind of an example of some of the things that I do like to color, because you don't have to have a frame of reference to life. You can just do whatever you want to do. Um, and like I said, for me, coloring is a relaxation thing. It's not an art project or anything like that. It's just to relax. And abstracts help me relax because I'm not trying to make it look like anything. It just is what it is. Um, so that's that. Hi, Pam. Pamela. Um, it's funny because I didn't realize I set the live, but I didn't even think about the fact that I'm actually live. Oh no, that's weird. That's really weird. Oh, I'm not used to this YouTube thing. I love this page. I can't wait to color this page. Um, so these are abstracts. This is happens to be by one of the companies I like getting books from, and that's Dover Publishing. Um, you can get their books on Amazon, or you can get them at the Dover Publications website, which is where I got this one. Um, and they have sales from time to time. Their books are relatively inexpensive. You get like how many designs? 30. They always say over 30 designs of whatever it is the book is on. You get like 30 or more designs. Doverpublications.com. How much was this book? It was like I can't read that. I need my glasses. I think it says $6.99 or $5.99. I don't know. I can't see it. Um, but they have sales. You can probably get a deal if you get a bunch of them at one time. Not that I'm encouraging hoarding, but they have different types of books as well, which is really nice. So you have choices. The paper is pretty decent. The pages, there's only one image per side. Like they don't take up both sides, so you really can like take these out and frame them and not worry about losing something on the other side. Um, and that's pretty cool. Um, so again, this is kind of that's interesting. So you have a blend of designs of where like you can kind of figure out again what you like and what you don't like. Um, and I think those kinds of books are good to have when you're starting out, because you don't really know what you enjoy to color until you start coloring them. Um, so let's see. There's something else that I wanted to talk about. I'm wondering if I should mention something that happened this week. But before I do that, I'm just going to show you pencil sharpeners. And like, I don't know if I'm showing you a pencil sharpener that's full of shavings, but Probably I would say, like, to start out, you don't have to be so hardcore with it. Um, if it says it's a pencil sharpener that's for colored pencils, I say pick it up if you see it in the store and try it out. Especially if you're only starting with Crayola pencils, they can handle a whole lot because they're hard pencils. So I almost think you could even use a regular pencil sharpener, but you don't want to use up so much pigment so that you're always going out buying pencils. So that's something you want to keep an eye on is the point that's on your pencil, what kind of point you want to color with, um, whether you want an extra long tip or whether you want a short tip like this, or there's another one that's shorter here. Where is it? Down ahead. Where is it? Or short like this, like if you notice. This is basically how it came out of the box. This is one of my new, oh no, this is one of the Prismacolors that I just happened to open after having them for a year and not using them. Um, so that's how it is, how it comes out the box. I don't really like that, and I don't know if anybody really does. Maybe somebody does. I actually like really kind of really long tips, but that uses up too much of the pigment. So I usually try to go somewhere in between that, um, which is kind of like this. Um, so that it's not using up too much of the pigment, but I can get a sharp point on it when I want to. Um, and this pencil sharpener does a great job of that. It doesn't make it the pencil, the wood part, a whole lot of it doesn't show, so you're not using up the pencil a whole lot, but it gives you a nice tip. And what's this called? I don't know. Does it have a name? This is a Kuhn pencil sharpener. It says special diameter. It says, what else is it saying? 0.08, 10 and 10 millimeter. That's the two holes on here. So this is a sharpener inside, and then this case holds the shavings. It comes like this, and I actually got this one from jetpens.com, which is where I buy a lot of my pens for work. I've also bought pens for coloring and for sketching from there. Um, and I love that company. I've been dealing with them for a few years. And then this was my favorite sharpener before this one. And this is a Coom also. I didn't see the name on it. And I got it, where is it? Under here somewhere. What's it say? Uh, says something in Japanese. Temperalka Kum for I don't know what this says. I don't know what language it's in. It looks like it's in a combination of languages. Anyway, I got this one from Amazon.com. It actually came, I think, as a 2 pack. I got a yellow and a red, and I love this sharpener. It's basically probably the same blade as that, but they're different sizes, different millimeters. Um, and It opens on two sides. I'm not exactly sure why, but I use it. I guess it has two sharpeners in it, but I think both the same size. Anyway, I like this one particularly when I got I think it was when I got the Brute Toner pencils, colored pencils that this fit that. Um, so it was helpful to me for that. But this was a favorite sharpener before I got this one. Um, so these are sharpeners I would recommend. So I think particularly this one because it doesn't use up as much, shavings. Doesn't make as much shavings. Um, so to end, I'm just gonna show you something funny and try not to talk about it too much. But this is something that happened to me this week. I was really irritated this week. I don't know. We talked about having been a full moon and all that stuff, and I was watching a video in the beef sector. This this is for you, Pamela. I was watching a video in the beef sector, and I had this page open and I was coloring. And YouTube cameras, this is for you too, because it was when I was watching your video. And I just got so irritated. I stopped coloring and I started typing in the chat. I just was so pissed off. It's like, you're messing up my flow. You're messing up my flow. Because they were messing up YouTube cameras' flow, in my opinion. And this is what happened. Don't smoke and color at the same time, particularly if you're watching a YouTube video in the beef sector. I burned a hole in the page with my cigarette. I don't know how. It dropped out of my ashtray. It was sitting in the middle of my book when I looked down after I was done. I was like, what the hell? I was like, oh, no, no, no. I need to stop watching this stuff. I tried to fix it on this side with tape, but I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Um, but whatever. It is what it is. I'm probably gonna do a separate video on what I started doing with this, because that's a whole nother story. Then it kind of went through this page a little bit. It just like made it a little kind of brownish, and I probably didn't need to do all this, but I did anyway. And now I'm like, oh brother, now I got to try and fix it, match colors, etc., etc. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Do I love it that much? I don't know. Um, did it really? How much did it do on? I don't think it did anything on the other side of this, really. No, just a slight brown spot. So anyway, I'm gonna end my video with that. I don't know how long this has been, but I need to get up and do some other stuff. So, um, talk to you later. See you on the beef sector streets. Maybe, maybe not. If I'm like smart, I probably should stay off so I don't burn any more coloring pages. And I hope this helped for starting out with coloring. That was the main objective. So have a good day. And I don't know how to stop the video. Oh, there we go.